And we're back on the water with women's jump final. Joining me in commentary, Jacinta Carroll, the 2011 women's jump champion, out with injury. And Jacinta, Alex Loretano, her opening jump.
Yeah, Alex has come all the way from USA. She was out here last year and placed third, so I'm sure this year she'll be out to make a vengeance for that.
Well, that was a solid opening jump, and as a distance comes through, it's 48.7. So eyeing off her second now, angling into the ramp. Now she wants to push us hard on that right ski and get plenty of speed and lift. She does combine the two. Oh, well done, Alex. 50.1 metres, so she's moving up in distance.
Now, Alex's last jump, I know she's a tough competitor and will be out there to go bigger. Oh, and that does a lot more lift and a lot more float time for Alex just there.
Yeah, well read, Jacinta. 50.8 metres.
Okay, Alex Loretano, first off the top, 50.8. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happier with that. It's better than my other rounds, so it's a little tricky here. It's different every round, so I'm glad I figured it out a little better that time.
Yeah, how are conditions out there?
Actually, really nice. Our last round, it was pretty rolly, but the water's low today, so feels good.
Well, after passing her first jump, we pick up Mai Jund Lepsen from Denmark with her first jump. Opening approach, turns and angles in, really whips into the base of that ramp, and just a bit of an upper body crush coming off the top. That's going to cost her distance. Oh, it has. Only 44 metres, Jacinta.
Now, Mai training a lot with the former race. Stokes will be out to make her third jump the best. Her skis have got a lot of speed into the base and, nearly drops that right tip off the top, and she's not happy with those last three jumps.
47.4, but that was heart in the mouth stuff for Mai Jund Lepsen. Okay, Marion Mathieu from France.
Marion turning and edging into the base, trying to gain some more speed. It's got some nice lift over the top of those skis.
Oh, that was a good opener. 50.6 metres for Marion. Okay, now we see her on her second. This is a later start, so she's generating more speed, is Marion. And she gets great lift, and look at her floating through the air. Oh, a couple of wobbles in the top there. But, and she pops the handle. Oh, and a distance come to hand. It's 52 metres. She would have had the lead, but Marion Mathieu pops the handle. Oh, disappointment for the young lady from France. Well, what can she do on a third? Angles in again. Oh, she must be hurting from that other one. Oh, but 50.6 it is. Well, disappointment, because that second jump was definitely the longest of the set.
Now you can see that Marion is obviously not the happiest of competitors. Popping the handle on a 52-metre jump could possibly push her out of medal contention.
And our next competitor from the USA, Lauren Morgan. Well, that big crowd's really pumping Lauren up, and she's trying to do the same back to them. Here she comes on her second jump, actually. She passed her first, so we pick her up on jump number 2. And Poochie, as she's often known to many of her friends, standing up a 48.3 for an opener. So she's very competitive. She's really going to want to wind it up this time. Pushes hard on that right ski into the bottom. Oh, that's good lift from the top from Lauren Morgan from the USA. Is it far enough to take her into the lead? Distance coming to hand, no, not quite. 48.9 metres. So our lead remains with Alex Loretano on 50.8. We move to Whitney McClintock from Canada. Well, she won't be happy with that opener. 42.8. Jacinta, what does she need to do on the next?
Well, Whitney's typically known for her trick and slalom, which she's already won today, and here she is for her second jump, edging in, and that's a much better jump, but it's still not going to be enough to take the lead with a distance of 48.4.
Well, let's see what she can do on a third. She's a real pressure athlete, is Whitney McClintock. Oh, she's got miles of speed. Oh, she combines it with great lift, and she's floating through the air. Well, is this our new leader as a distance comes to hand? Yes, 52 metres. Whitney McClintock, and look at her fly on replay. A fantastic jump. The third of the three. Well, she saved the best till last. Oh, now we move to Natalia Berdnikova from Belarus, but in the meantime, let's hear from an elated Whitney McClintock.
So, Whitney McClintock, you're going for the hat trick. You've just busted it out of 52 metres. How are you feeling?
I feel on top of the world. I've never jumped 52 metres in a tournament. That's a 1 metre PB. So, what better place to do it than in the Yara in the finals? That's amazing.
How was the crowd out there? Could you hear them?
I couldn't hear them, but I saw them. I was really focused on my jumping because this was just the icing on the cake for me. came out, I just wanted to get a podium and jump, and looks like I've done that. Melbourne's been such an amazing place to be, and the people are amazing here too. Thank you.
And the pressure's on Natalia Berdnikova, chasing 52 metres. Let's see what she can do. Oh, she's leaving extremely late. Oh, she's going to have a mile of speed. She's chasing victory, and passes up the jump.
Natalia, world record holder, can jump 57.4. She needs to go 52 here to out-jump Whitney McClintock.
That's counted as a turn, so that really makes things extremely interesting. Here she comes. Natalia pushes in hard. Oh, she's not backing off. Oh, and great lift from the top of the ramp there. Oh, I think that's the longest of the day. And as the distance comes through, Natalia Berdnikova, a jump of 54 metres and victory in the women's jump Moomba Masters 2012. As we go to replay, great extension there, Jacinta. You're last year's champion. How do you think she's feeling?
Oh, Natalia would be ecstatic right about now. She's got thousands and thousands of people watching her along the bank. She's come all this way, training in America and living in Belarus to be able to compete today. She's a great competitor and truly deserved the win today.
So your 2012 women's jump champ, Natalia Berdnikova, how was that?
It feels really good. Go Melbourne! It's by far one of the best tournaments I've ever skied at. So many people, everyone's cheering for you. It's great. Conditions out there just fabulous.
Last off the dock, could you feel the pressure?
Yeah, I did feel the pressure, especially after Whitney's 52. I mean, you just never know what can happen. But I just tried to stay calm and think of technical details on the water. So, worked, I guess.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And the women's jump results come to hand. Third place, Alex Loretano from the USA, 50.8 metres. Whitney McClintock with a personal best of 52 metres in second. And our winner, Natalia Berdnikova from Belarus with a jump of 54 metres. And now the men's jump final. We have 8 skiers in all. Joining me in commentary will be Josh Lauder, and our first competitor from Australia will be Tim Bradstreet. Eyes off that jump ramp. 5'6" in height for Tim. Boat speed 57 k's, but he's travelling faster than that. Oh, and what a great opening jump for the Australian Tim Bradstreet. What a way to open. Oh, and he's popped the handle. Well, I'm not sure what happened there, but Josh, as we go to replay, Tim Bradstreet's dropped the handle.
Yeah, the junior jump world record holder, he's perfected the style of his own, but unfortunately pops the handle. Haven't seen Tim do that for a while.
And the significance of that is he won't be given a score. So we now move to his second. He puts a little bit of pressure on himself, does Tim Bradstreet. Oh, this is a late approach. He's starting so wide. He whips himself into that ramp. And another great lift. Oh, Tim Bradstreet in fine form on the Yarra here this afternoon. Oh, but he's getting crossed up on the landing. And once again, a 0 score for Tim Bradstreet.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic of Bradstreet there, popping the handle again. So he's maybe a little bit too defensive coming into that ramp, maybe backing off a bit, trying to get a score on the board, but he's got no score on the board as of yet.
Well, he's going to have to do something because he's really put the pressure on himself here because you've got to ski away in skiing position to get given a distance. And Tim Bradstreet, once again, it's a great distance, but Tim Bradstreet has to ride it out. Oh, and that's the cleanest landing you'll see. Tim Bradstreet pumps the fist. He knows it's a long way, and he made no doubt about skiing that one out as we go to replay and a distance of 67.9, and he said to the rest of the field, catch me if you can. What a great leap, but gee, put some pressure on himself.
Timmy the Batman Bradstreet, it was all or nothing that last jump. What was happening out there?
Oh, it felt amazing out there, Josh, you know, like conditions are perfect, flat, the boat feels strong, the drive's awesome, but just coming in the land, I don't know why, but I think I was favouring one side. I've got a bit of an injury at the moment. I think I was favouring it, so it was just tossing me off and onto the side, and I just couldn't stand back up. But, you know, on that last one, I said, you know what, at the Moomba Masters, I'm going to go out there and give it my all, and hey, look what happened, mate.
And Rodrigo Miranda now from Chile, our next competitor. Tim Bradstreet has really put out a good mark at 67.9. And Rodrigo, he opened with a pass. That was his second jump. 60.9 comes through. Let's see what he can do on his third.
Yeah, third jump for Rodrigo Miranda. In the finals last year, had a big crash, so he's a little bit nervous this year. We see him coming in, thundering into that ramp. Good press, but unfortunately not big enough, 62.8.
Still a good distance, though, but gee, Tim Bradstreet is really leading the way so far. Even though we're only in competitor number 2, he's really making it difficult for the rest of the guy. Now, brother of Rodrigo, Felipe Miranda from Chile. He also passed his first on his second jump, 64.5.
Yeah, the younger brother of Rodrigo, Felipe Miranda. Not too bad jump for him, 64.5, but nowhere near the leaders.
Well, that will remain his longest because he passed his third jump. So now we move to Great Britain, Damien Sharman. This is his opening jump. Here he comes. Oh, great form into the bottom. Damien Sharman. Oh, he just missed his kick a little bit. Well, he had miles of speed. Now, that's helped him sail 63.5. He had a little bit more in the tank, but that remains his longest jump.
Second jump now for Scott the Rocket Man Ellis from USA. His goal this year was to win Moomba. He's going to need a big jump to chase Bradstreet and crushes a little bit on the ramp there. So a 63.4.
Well, pretty good considering he didn't get everything out of the ramp. So Scotty Ellis, he knows what to do on his third. He's a veteran from Moomba, many, many years a competitor. Well, he's flying into the bottom this time and gets good lift and float, but I don't think he got it all out of the ramp that time. And a distance for Scott Ellis, 64.4.
Scott the Rocket Man Ellis, 64.4. How was it out there?
Oh, it's great out there. I had no legs. I couldn't kick the ramp for some reason. I thought my last two cuts were good. Tons of speed, tons of pull. I just couldn't. I couldn't get off the ramp. So the cuts were there. I think both those cuts were winning cuts. It just with no legs, you don't stay in the air long enough.
Now Steve Critchley from Great Britain. He passed his first, so this is his second jump. Angles in, nice and low into the bottom, but sits back. Well, he missed his kick by miles on that one and still went 61.1, but that ended up being the longest of the set. Now, Jimmy Seamers from the US. Second jump. Gets good lift and floats through the air. Oh, that's 64.7, but still not able to catch Tim Bradstreet. Well, the pressure really building because we only have one competitor to go, Josh.
Yeah, Jimmy Seamers, he's been out of jumping for a while. This is his comeback season, and to put a jump out like that, 64.7, not too bad for his second pro tournament.
So now we go to Freddie Krueger from the USA. World record holder, world champion. The only thing standing between Tim Bradstreet and the Moomba crown as Freddie Krueger's right ski just slides on the ramp a little bit. And I don't think his opening jump will be long enough. No, it's 62.2.
Yeah, unfortunately couldn't do it on his first jump, but Freddie Krueger with 83 pro wins under his belt, almost loses the left ski off the ramp then, not big enough, 61.2.
Well, he's certainly trying hard. He's got all the speed, but he just can't seem to convert it to lift. Well, let's see if Freddie Krueger can perfect his form on his third. The pressure is on. He's got to go 67.8, and Freddie Krueger, I think he's missed his kick once again. He just didn't have the load that he needed, and as the distance ticks through, it's 64.6 metres, and Tim Bradstreet from Australia becomes the Moomba Masters jump champion for 2012. Well, we see Freddie's last. He pushes hard in. It's all about what happens on the ramp with Freddie. He's had heaps of speed on each of his three jumps, but he just couldn't turn it in to the distance that he needed.
So Freddie Krueger, unlucky out there. How did it feel?
It felt all right. I had two good cuts. Just a little anxious, and it just wasn't meant to be.
And you still got tonight.
Still got tonight. Turning around.
Thanks, Freddie.
And Tim Bradstreet really relishing the crowd there. The youngest man to win Moomba Masters men's jump.
So Tim Bradstreet, your first pro win. How do you feel?
Mate, I still don't know whether to believe it or not. Going out there first and putting out a jump and just seeing the guys I've looked up to my whole life go out there and just not beat me, and I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm still gobsmacked, mate. I don't believe it.
Thanks, Batman.
Thanks, mate.
Men's jump final. Third place, Freddie Krueger, USA. Second place, Jimmy Seamers, also from the USA. And the winner, Tim Bradstreet, Australia.